Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Clash of Kings. Now, when we left off, we had completely destroyed the Valentines. Well, at least we have taken out all of the vassals that have shown themselves. I'm not entirely sure where the rest of them are, but it appears that the faction has not been eliminated just yet. So, as a result, in the meantime, I am going to be waging war against Lorath, and then maybe making one of our companions a vassal. Now, do bear in mind that I am going to hopefully be taking into account what you guys think as well, what kind of vassals you think we should have, and in terms of what kind of companion you think we should go for. So, as we know, Berengar has actually become a pretty reasonable cavalryman. Carver is, well, let's just say Carver, and he is incredible as an infantryman. Garrett, of course, has not leveled up too much just yet, so I'm thinking he will probably stay with us for a little bit longer. And Brynden is our medic. So Brynden will be staying with us, as well as Martin, because, of course, Martin will become the forager in our party. So the choice, I suppose, is between Berengar and Carver. So by all means, let me know in the comments what you think about that. So I've actually just remembered that I've forgotten most of our Unsullied in Valantis's garrison. That is not great, is it? Okay, well, nevertheless, we do have 314 units. Most of those are levies and or low-tier units. So, the 264 at the Lorath Fief should be relatively simple to take out. 4 hours it will take. Let's just hope that no vassals turn up. Oh, I heard some horses around the corner there. That would have been not too good, I would say, but nevertheless, let us attempt to see what the first signs of their soldiers are capable of. And oh my, okay. This is where I'm going to need my shield, I believe. So let's try and see how this goes. I have been told in the comments by some of you that the Lorathians are not exactly great when it comes to fighting, and I may agree with you actually, because as you can see, they are throwing stones at us. So this is going to be either incredibly easy, or it's going to be incredibly embarrassing, so let's hope it is the previous. Oh my. Okay, well, let us try to shoot this guy at least and take him out. And whoa, okay, that was rather impressive. Okay, so wow, I'm actually surprised that we're not even in the keep yet. Okay, well, let's just take a look and see what they are actually doing on the battlements here, because it appears as though they do not have any arrows or bows to speak of, so our Unsullied units should, in theory, slice them very, very easily indeed. And it appears that that is the case, although they do have some very large two-handed axes, so that is definitely something to think about. Of course, they are the glaive men and various other high-tier units. But it appears, as I was told, these fellows are not necessarily the greatest in combat, which makes me feel rather bad, to be honest. I was hoping that we would have a little bit of a fight, but maybe in the field battles they are a little bit better, because I believe most of their units are armored and mounted, so maybe that will be the case this time. So hopefully we'll be able to take out one of their vassals soon enough, and we will see how they fare in field battles in comparison to sieges. Because as you can see at the moment, they do not appear to be very challenging at all, and even letting them hit me a little bit, because I would like to gauge how much damage they are able to do, in fact. And oh, they're actually proving themselves here. Okay, I take it back. You appear to know what you're doing, at least with these glaives and various things. These pike units. Yes, it appears they are glaive men, and they come with different weapons. And as a result, I've just taken 18 damage, so it appears that they do have a relatively strong capability, at least in 1 versus 1 combat. But, I think their archers are lackluster. I think that is all that is wrong with them, potentially. I'm not entirely sure, really, to be honest, because that is an elite Lorathi archer that I just took out there, and he did literally no damage, so maybe that is the case. Well, we will see, as I say, if we encounter some of their vassals in a field battle. We will see how it is. Now, I must just compliment the mod creator on this particular model right here, because this entire keep structure is absolutely amazing, and I must admit that I would have liked potentially... Oh, wow, we can actually go up there? Okay, never mind. Okay, yes, it appears we can actually go everywhere in this particular place. That is wonderful. I am so looking forward to getting over there and dealing some damage to their quote-unquote archers. We will soon see how well that is. Oh my. Okay, come on. Let's just take out this guy. There we are. Oh, well, we did some damage to him. Now we will attempt to do some damage to their axemen. No, no, no. I have a bad feeling, actually, that I'm going to get taken out very easily indeed if I go any closer to these axe people. Okay, well, let's just take out that guy. Well, it's actually not going too well, I must admit. This might be on the side of embarrassment. We will soon see, won't we? Well, not entirely sure, to be honest, because at the moment, as you can see, our forces are getting stopped by many of the units at the ladder's entrance here. So, in actuality, we might indeed be having some issues. So, let us go over here and wade into the combat. And maybe stay alive? Yes? It appears so. Come on. Don't get shot or poked or speared or anything like that, Elias. You need to stay alive. Oh, no. Okay, whoa, that was close. Okay, I was really hoping to clear the way for our units, but it appears that maybe I will have to take it as a suicide mission. Maybe. I am probably going to get taken down very, very quickly indeed in just a moment. So do not be surprised if that occurs. Of course, I think many of you maybe would have thought that I would have gone down before this. Well, I initially thought I would. But, oh, we appear to be helping our units a little bit. Our enemies are straying from their defensive positions a little bit more than I suppose they were before. And, oh, no, 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 that was close. Okay. Thank goodness I was not hit by the axemen. If I was, I would have been completely destroyed. Is something preventing our units from progressing there? What is going on with that? Huh. I think something is preventing our units. That is why we weren't actually entering the keep here. Oh, well, okay. So it appears Lorath is going to be a lot more difficult than I had anticipated. If our units were able to enter the keep, but for some unknown reason, we are blocked. So, that is not incredibly good, is it? Well, I cannot actually bring up the command screen, so I have no idea how many units we have taken out so far, but I am inclined to retreat here, because eventually those heavy knights at the front of our lines there are going to be taken out, along with their unsullied comrades, and I would not like to take the chance that they get actually taken out forever in terms of dying, instead of being knocked unconscious, of course. However, they are doing a relatively good amount of damage to the defensive force here. But I can imagine that we would have probably entered the entire keep at this time if we were allowed to progress. So maybe it is a little bit of artificial difficulty here? I'm not entirely sure. Well, we will soon see in the next siege. So, we are going to be retreating, as you can see, and I am going to be abandoning this. Now, there is a very good reason for that, because I believe I heard some horses coming from the side here. Am I correct about that? Maybe not. That is very strange. Okay, well, nevertheless, we do get a chance to level up many of our units, so I suppose that is worth it. And let's get some more knights there, and a Vale Sergeant. Okay, well, how many units do we have available for battle? 255, that should be fine. We only have 94 enemy units remaining in here, so another 4 hours should be fine. Ah, there's a vassal. Okay, it appears to not really care that we are sieging this. And it appears that King's Landing has been besieged by the Westerlands. Okay, well, they are looking to take it back, obviously. So we'll see how that goes over time. And now we have a real-time event. A traveler tells you where to find a band of begging brothers. You attack the small enclave, easily slaughtering the hapless brothers, leaving few survivors. That is wonderful, isn't it? Okay. Demand tribute for crossing your land. Disperse the brothers and claim all their possessions as your own. Help them on their way, giving them food and gold. Yes, that one. There we are. And we gain some relation with the Stormlands, the Vale, the Riverlands, and the Reach, which is rather nice. And also we gain some honor, which is even more important, because I lost some honor when I declared war against Lorath. So, let us lead our soldiers in an assault and hope that my first aid has done a very small amount of work right there. Oh my. Okay, it appears I may have to use my crossbow a little bit more this time around. And indeed, our crossbowmen will definitely have to do a good job as well, because I have a feeling that some of their units are definitely going to be perched on top of their battlements, and we, personally, may have to head in there and deal some rather serious damage to them in order to finish up this particular siege. So, come on, oh my. Yes. Okay, let's do it. Oh no, I don't have enough reach. I am really worried about those glaive men, to be honest. Okay, well, what can I do? There is one fellow coming up here. I think what we may attempt is to use the nearby soldier command, as I have tried in previous sieges, like so, and hopefully they will follow us. Let's get them over here. It appears that the AI is able to scale this ladder, so hopefully these fellows will have a similar good time of it. Maybe? Maybe not? Yes? Yes, some of them are. Yes, wonderful. Okay. Well, at least we get a little bit of them to follow us here. And it appears that this ladder is completely free of any enemies whatsoever, so this is good. Let's help this fellow out. He appears to have no issues whatsoever, though, because these archers do no damage. Well, nevertheless, elite northern pikemen, you can now go on to slaughter many other enemies. And it appears we do have our small band of warriors that have followed us here, so let us attempt to take out those archers as best we can. And, I'm actually thinking, should I send those guys to kill that fellow there? And, oh yes, it appears we have to jump here. So our AI companions are not going to be able to jump up, so I will just tell them to charge instead, and I will be the sole slaughterer, or I suppose the only person to be on the roof here. And why am I parrying? Not entirely sure what's going on with that. Well, yes, as is proven with many commentators, especially in my line of career, I suppose you could say, it is very difficult to play and to commentate at the same time, so do bear that in mind. But yes, I suppose some of the time I am pretty terrible, I must admit. So let us go over here, and it appears our AI compatriots have now gotten stuck over there, so maybe I can tell them to hold this position over here and maybe help me out with these archers. That would be rather wonderful, I must admit. And if these guys had bows, I would definitely say that they would have defeated us many times over, due to that very strange glitch, maybe, of our units not even being able to enter the keep without us having to manually micromanage them. So, oh, it appears this fellow has a bow. He is rather privileged. Many of his other fellows did not, so there we are, we'll take him out. He is going to be very dangerous to stay alive right there. Okay, well, those fellows are now unstuck at least, so maybe we can tell them to charge in. Well, maybe. And have we taken out everyone? It appears maybe we have. Okay, well, let's just jump down here real quick. Oh, it appears there is actually an archer in this nest over here, and we will attempt to take him down. Oh, it appears we have to go round. Okay. Well, yeah, I suppose it wouldn't make sense to have the staircase on the invaders' attacking side. So, wow, okay. This is a very complex castle design, and that is exactly why it is a very good defensive structure. Okay, come on. This is crossbow archery accuracy sort of killing time. No, maybe not. Okay, I was hoping for a headshot right there. Oh, well, never mind. It appears our Vale Man-at-Arms was able to finish him off. So there we are. That was a very strange siege indeed. I was not expecting it to take that long, considering many of you stated that the Lorathi are not great. I will play that down a little bit, because I do not want to insult them more than I already have. So, yes, that will be fine, and we've taken all the prisoners that we can. Anything else here? No, it appears not. Alright, so, this is where I am going to defer. I'm not going to give this to Belakwo, because I have a plan for Belakwo and his, I suppose, issue with us trading a village for a castle, because I would like to gain Pebbleton for myself. So what we will be doing later down the line, in my opinion, what we will do is siege against Norvos, and then we will head over here, and I'm hoping this is a castle, so we will be able to give this to Belacqo in exchange for Pebbleton, and then we will have a more consolidated, I suppose, kingdom structure. So yeah, I think that should be pretty reasonable. I have not done any research on Norvos at all, so I have no idea what kind of units they are using, but it appears the Lorathi are no match for our current units. So we will now be heading on, and we will see where we go from there. So let us get some Vale Man-at-Arms once again, level up a couple of our other units, and there we go. So let's have a look here. How many? 36 units are there, and is this fellow going to siege this? I believe they probably are. Yes, they are. Okay, so I will be heading back here, and we will be going for a siege defense by the looks of things. So this is going to be rather amusing. If that bug happens to them again, or maybe it's a design thing. Not entirely sure. How dare you! Look at that! Triarch Belacqo is at Naga's Cradle, and he is attempting to siege it. Well, raid it. And, I really need to go and defeat that fellow. Well, maybe after this we will be able to make the very long journey over there and take him out. Of course, I was not expecting any of the Valantines to be in this vicinity at all. But, oh well. Nevertheless, I will be hopefully going over there as soon as we can. And it has actually just dawned on me that one of the Iron Islands vassals, Saltcliffe himself, is a vassal of the Lorathi. So that is rather amusing, to say the least. Dunstan went very far indeed to get away from us, and it appears that Saltcliffe has done a similar thing, but has failed in escaping our attention. So, yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Ah, it might be because of this small incline here along the wall that the units are not able to travel over it? That is a little strange. I would have thought that it would have been perfectly fine. Well, let's just see whether it happens with these fellows, and whether it was just a command issue on my part. That might have been the case. Hopefully not, although I don't really have to worry about their archers, I suppose. So, really? There's already one through? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that was actually one of the vassals itself. Okay, well, we took him out without any issues whatsoever. And it appears that they are also having issues, so maybe it is a design decision. So, you need to use the alternate route to get up here. Come on, let's just take out as many of these units as we can. Because I do want to head on to Lorath as quickly as I can, and I am being absolutely massacred here by this unit in front of us, this veteran Ironborn retainer. Who else would it be? Oh yes. So, do need to watch out for those. We are not fighting only Lorathi units. There are some Ironborn axemen as well. So, need to be cautious. And I think what I may be doing, actually, because there are so many units here, I am going to be cutting away once we have killed maybe 100 of them, and then when there are 100 left, I will cut back. So that will be the plan for this particular siege defense, because as you can probably tell, this is going to take a relatively long time due to the very strange design of the castle, but we will obviously persevere and hopefully retain possession of the fief, enough for us to be able to graduate one of our companions into a loyal vassal. Hopefully that will be the case anyway. So let us just continue to use our incredibly powerful two-handed sword to slaughter countless masses of enemy units, and then we will be, I suppose, heading on to Lorath itself and seeing how many units they have there, because if this is an outlying castle and they had 256 and it took us, what was it, 14 minutes maybe to take it, that is absolutely terrible. Well, yes, if it is going to take us half as long for Lorath, then I will be pleased, but double? No way. 28 minutes, that would be awful. And I've just taken 13 damage, so I am now at 1% HP, which is, suffice it to say, not great. So, okay. I will be cutting away now, and hopefully I will stay alive while we are off screen. And once we have taken out, 250 maybe, then I will cut back. Okay, so we return upon this celebration that Carver has leveled up to 11, so we will now be able to distribute his skill points after this particular bout, and hopefully we will be able to get him something other than Weapon Master and Strength and so forth this time around, so that he can become a more well-rounded vassal, because, of course, I do like to make them into some very hardy units indeed, because otherwise they seem to die very, very quickly on the battlefield. As I would like them to be a little bit more proficient than most of these vassals, then I will start leveling their more, well, let's just say more leadership-oriented skills in terms of leadership itself, and some pathfinding, and maybe some surgery as well. Not entirely sure whether surgery works on enemy vassals or anything like that. Pretty sure it should, but maybe not. Well, I think pathfinding is probably going to be more useful so that they can run away very, very quickly indeed, in case they get themselves into a rather tricky situation. And I suppose other than that, maybe engineering? Not entirely sure about that, because engineering may help them to construct ladders and siege towers that much quicker, but it might just be that the AI itself is not really known for constructing things that fast, so maybe that would be the case, but who knows? I would like it to hopefully help them out, but maybe not. So, yes, I think pathfinding and leadership are probably going to be the best things for us to be able to go for in terms of increasing our vassals' power. And I hope that they have been gaining a rather suitable amount of renown while they've been with us. Not entirely sure whether they gain renown, to be honest, while they are in our party, but I'm hoping they do, because, yes, now I've just been taken out, but nevertheless, because then they can field very large armies indeed. So I'm hoping that Berengar and Carver have been learning from us, and hopefully... Wow, okay. Large amount of reinforcements, yes. But as I was saying, hopefully they will be able to field at least 100 strong armies, because many of the enemy vassals have around that number. And Blackwo himself was able to field, I believe, 148 the last time we saw him. And I did give him a couple of units, so I suppose that may indeed have a slight effect on it, but I'm hoping that even though that is the case, Berengar and Carver will be able to field very powerful armies indeed. I personally, what I would like to do is, if at all possible, once we have recruited a large amount of unsullied units, once we have, I would like to then make Carver a vassal, and then I think you can guess what we would do. We would give him the entire unsullied force that we have amassed so far, and he would have, what is it, I don't know, 40 unsullied units in his army, and I can only imagine the chaos that he would bring to the land as a result. So maybe that would be a good idea, who knows? Tell me what you think about that in the comments, and we will see what we can do about that. Of course, I do have the fellow that I'm able to recruit Unsullied from in our castle, so I should be able to very easily acquire quite a few of them over a couple of days. So that seems like a good idea to me, but I think I may have cut back a little bit too soon, because I was hoping that this siege defense would have maybe ended by now, but it appears that they have maybe thrown in a couple more waves for some reason. Well, when I did look, we had taken out 243 of their units, and it appears maybe now we have taken out maybe 310 or so. Well, maybe there's one more wave to go, and then we will be victorious. Okay, so after Carver and a couple of other companions fell before the mighty blades of the Lorathi Axemen, they were able to invade our battlements very slightly indeed until our reinforcements had reached the walls, and so they were then repelled by our forces, and as you can see we are currently having a couple of issues with the forces in the distance over here. I'm not entirely sure what these fellows are doing, but it appears that we may indeed need to retreat as a result. So we will attempt to fix it. There we are. That is 28 morale we have gained right there. Very nice indeed. And the enemy has been forced to retreat, of course, and we will now be doing battle with them on the field But, of course, as a result, we are probably going to be able to take them prisoner, which is rather nice. Of course, if they have a good personality, then maybe we will be able to let them go and maybe persuade them to join us in future. So that is something to take into account. Of course, Carver did level up in that last fight, so let us get him what? What are we going to get him? I suppose we could increase his intelligence and charisma, but I think we'll go for intelligence at the moment to get him 2 skill points in leadership, and then next level we will maybe go for another level in leadership to get him 3, and then another point in pathfinding so that he can move a little bit faster on the map. So that seems like a good plan to me in case we do make him a vassal. I think eventually Carver will become a vassal, but maybe Berengar is more ready at this time. Well, we'll see, won't we? Yes, we will. So, let's head in here versus all of these fellows right here. So, yes. Oh, it appears that this fellow did have this fief under his command beforehand. So, yes, let us now go in against 3 troops. Okay, well, take them out as quickly as we can, and then we'll be able to have the potential to take some of them prisoner. Of course, I do not have any weapon that I can use on my horse, so I will be going along as a cameraman alone, by the looks of things. I will basically record our units absolutely destroying whoever is on the other side of this battlefield right here. And hopefully I will not see fit to crash into anything along the way as well. Oh, it appears it was the units that were... Whoa, okay. It appears that one of them actually took out our Heavy Knight's horse. That is rather incredible, to say the least. I suppose spearmen are incredibly good at that. So there we are. That is that. And we will now be able to continue on here. So, seeing as this fellow has said, "Stop, I yield to you," I will be letting him go. There we are. And, oh, of course, Saltclef from the Iron Islands managed to escape. He is renowned for being able to do such a thing. So, yes, there we are. He escaped, unfortunately enough. And there we are. We have defended our first ever conquering of a Lorathi fief. And next time on Clash of Kings, we will be heading on to Lorath itself and attempting to see how many units they have garrisoned there and if we are able to capture it. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.